Hey folks, gonna show how to do brake pads on a 2006 on the Mercedes CLS500 today. There's a lot of talk about the SBC system and how you can't. That's this unit right here. It's for the brakes, high pressure brake system, which can be very dangerous. So what I do when I do this is I will disconnect it completely. Then you don't have to worry about it kicking on, because what happens is it can wake up, like if you open the door or unlock the door or something like that, the pump will come on, the car wakes up, and it can pressurize and cause injury or damage. So do this at your own risk, but honestly I've never had a problem if I just disconnect this. So anyway, so let me get the camera reset down here on the work at hand, and I'll be back. Okay, so here we are with the at the caliper on the brake, on the wheel. You can see here I actually went and got my rotors turned as well, which you should probably do when you're doing this, just because it's fast and easy and it's good for your brakes. So I went and got mine turned down at the local O'Reilly, and then I already put those back on. I'm not going to show that. It's another video, I guess. But just to change out the pads, all we have to do here, it's really not too hard. So this, all that's holding these pads in is you have these pins here, right here and right here, that go all the way through, and they hold the pads up, and there's this clip that puts pressure down on them. So this here is your pad wear sensor, so electronic sensors. So you have to unplug that. We'll get that unplugged. It's actually really easy the way Mercedes designed this. I think it's one of the easiest brake jobs I've done, actually. Usually Mercedes over designs stuff and makes it more difficult, but I actually really like this. So to get these pins out, you just go to the end of the pin, take a little punch that pin out. Same thing down here. Then you can reach back here with some needle nose pliers and pull the pin the rest of the way out. Let me try this bottom one first. There we go. All right, I'll let you come out. All right, we'll set those aside. Those are the pins in the bracket, and these, just your pads will just slide right out of there. So you can see that's the back, there's the front. You can see here, here's where the sensor, oh actually it's on the back. You can see the sensor here on this one. These ones were not wearing evenly, because you can see here the sensor is still in the hole, and then on the front pads it had already gotten to where the hole is and started eating into where the hole is. So I was having a little bit of a steering wheel shimmy, and that's the reason why I'm doing this along with the rotor being turned. So either thinking that my rotors were slightly warped, or actually having uneven wear like this could cause it too. So anyway, that's good to see. So now I got my new pads. I'm using some aftermarket ones here. I'm gonna put ceramic pads in there. I've already greased these on the back, and I'll show you here. This is what I'm using. Okay, I'm just putting a little bit of, and put a little more on here. A little bit of grease on the back, spread it around. And that keeps things from squeaking on you. All right. So then you can just take that one and slide her in there the right way.
make sure I got those. So one thing I didn't show here is you have to put the pistons. I actually did it beforehand, just didn't get it all in there. You have to push the pistons all the way in. So you can feel the pistons right in here. Just taking a screwdriver and making sure that they're all the way seated up against the caliper plate. Try that. Okay, come on. There we go. Or not. Let me get a bigger screwdriver. You want to be careful not to gouge your rotor. So there we go, I got it. So I just had to get right on the lip there. It was still sticking out about 1/8 of an inch. There we go. Okay, that one's in. Now I also bought a lot of when you buy pads, some will come with the sensors already. This set didn't, so I had to buy the sensor separately. So I just like to replace those at the same time. You probably should. Put that in there, and the sensor just goes. You can see there's a hole, which that goes into the hole, and it clips in this little U-shaped spot there. Let's get this one. And there is a right and a left, so you got to make sure you put the right ones on. Okay, it's in. Pretty easy. Okay, I'm gonna put some grease on the back of this one as well. Some lubricant. Okay. There's that. Those ones went in nicely. And you've got them in there now. It's as easy as that. Now all we got to do is put those pins back in. Now I'm going to also put some grease on these pins just to make sure we don't have any squeaking and stuff there. Plus it protects them from rusting and stuff. So now one thing also, a lot of times when you're depending on the package that you get for your brake pads, you'll get new clips as well. The ones that I bought actually did come with new clips, but they weren't the right size, so couldn't use them. So I'm just reusing the old ones. But the pads are the right ones. It's obvious they fit, so, and they matched exactly. So you need to line up the holes here. That one started. Let me grease the other one up and get it started. I'm just putting some grease on this. Line that one up. Then just want to tap those in there. lined up with the caliper. Not quite there. Okay, where am I missing? Get in here and look. Looks like it's lined up pretty good. Get my punch. There it goes. Yeah. Get this light back in here. Alright, so I'm just going to use the punch, the other end of the punch on the back side here to drive that pin home. You can feel it bottom out. Same thing on this side. Feel it bottom out. Alright. Can see that those are in there nice and tight. Plug this sensor back in. Hands have grease on them now. There we go. Okay, that's that. Then that'll do it. Let's see here and give you a look. So that's all in there now, and once you put the wheel on and tighten the lugs, it'll suck everything in where it's supposed to be. But brakes, that's all there is to it. It's really easy. So save yourself some money. Do it yourself. It's cheap. It's easy. And that's what it's all about, man. All right, thanks. Forgot to mention, you always want to finish off with some brake cleaner. Just to make sure everything's nice and getting all the grease off and everything, and so that your brakes stick like they're supposed to. Make good contact. No crud on there. All right. I'll come back after I get the wheels on, and then go inside to put the key in and start it, and you'll probably have one of the reduced braking power red alarms that you just have to cycle through another start, and that should disappear, or step on the brakes a couple times. But I'll show you that when I do that, so you can see what it does. Okay, here we go. Post brake job. So I plug this back in. You just lift up on this, and as you lift it up, it releases it and pushes it out. That's how you disconnect it. And then going in, you just line it up, push that down, it sucks it back in. So pretty easy. All right, let's see what happens when we put the key in. Oh, looks good so far. See, you hear the pump starting up right now. Well, it all looks good. It's leveling. No alarms. Step on the brakes. I have brakes. Oh yeah, the brakes are working just fine.
No messages. That's what you want. All right. I hope this helps you. Gives you confidence to do it yourself. You're gonna go for a test drive. Thanks.